Hey guys, I thought I was going to show you, I'm going to try and quickly do a new thing today. I'm going to show you the lower section. I'm going to do it quite quickly, hopefully, because it's going to get dark soon on the server. But I have my bulb dogs out, so I get this kind of cool effect, which I really like. I think it might be killing my FPS. I'm hoping it's really not. Because I really like it. It looks a bit like the fireflies that you used to get on the centre. Uh, so I'm going to show you the lower section. So we looked at the kitchen before. I did a little digression on another episode, but we're going to look at this lower section now. So this is the lower loading bay. I showed you the upper loading bay before, and then that's the kitchen up there on the right. And I'm going to look at down here. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to show you round. Because I think the last episode was a little bit long. So I'm going to show you round, and then I'll show you kind of the loading bay, and then I'll show you in detail in another episode kind of any little cool things I've done. So let's get going. So yeah, this is the lower loading bay. So how I've worked this out in my head is that so all of my kind of attack dinos and my main mounts go up top, and then my work crew comes down the bottom, because this on the left hand side is my workshop. So I've done the same thing again. I did the kind of on top of the rock thing, which is the idea that I'm doing for now. I've got other plans for other bits and pieces, but so I kind of, again, similar to what I did before, I wanted to make it look like it was supported. I've got a whole big kind of wall thing coming on there as well, which I'll show you probably at another point. So sitting on top of the rock, and looks like it's kind of perched on there, and it's what I wanted to do was have it look like it was in the same theme. So it's got synergies to the main building up there, the kitchen building up there, but looks a bit different. Looks a little bit more of a different, kind of like workshop sort of design. Slightly different look into the kitchen. Kitchen's more sort of softer. This is a bit more rugged, I think. And I did actually originally put this ladder up there when I was building it, and I actually kind of like the ladder up there now. I don't really know why, but I just sort of left it there, and I've left it put these arches up. We'll go and look at that in more detail in a second. So yeah, just a bit of detail in here, and some bushes I've planted, and some plants and things, and then this is the gate. And again, I've done the same style arch down here that I've done up at the kitchen gate at the upper loading area. Did a bit of work with some pillars and things in here, just to get a bit of detail, some flags, bits and pieces. Anyone that this is kind of, I don't know, maybe most people probably haven't really noticed this on the server, but that I've put some like free stuff here that I'm not really, some bloops and whatever bloops I don't need, blueprints I don't need, I put in there, and then bones and saddles and whatever I put in there. So there's some stuff in there actually. There's some Ascendant gear in there. So if you're one of my server mates and you're watching this, then feel free to just come and help yourself to this stuff. I don't care. And there's a post box just for decoration kind of thing. So this is my lower loading bay, and these are my work crew dinos. So these are my weight bears, getting kind of massive now. They're all kind of on that same sort of level, and then I've got 2 beavers, 2 dodics, really just one kind of as a worker, and then one as a backup in case I lose one. Same deal with the safes as I did up before, up top. Sorry, the vaults as I did up top. So I didn't do it quite as well here, but there's a pillar, there's a foundation, glass foundation snapped in there to get those to sit on the floor. So this is another unloading area, and I have, as I said, I've got the kind of this little wall thing, and that leads you up to the top, which I'll show you, and then we've got the workshop, which I'll show you separately, and then kind of a bit of wall, and I'll show you how that kind of navigates around in the base. And I've hidden my kind of item collector and stuff back there because I don't like those. They're useful, but and then one of these guys giving me some lights, which are kind of pretty ugly, so I've hidden them in the bush, unfortunately. But I like the light that he does, that he gives, and the effect. So, and it is getting dark, so I need to talk quicker. And again, just some little details and things, like I said before, like I've planted things in the Species X turrets. Getting this top, I could have just left the top of that vault empty, but I took advantage of the fact there's a ceiling here to put a Plant Species X turret up, and to give it a bit more texture, I planted some plants and things in there. Well, used the Eco's Garden Decor thing to put some plants and things in there. Same down here, little flowers and etc etc. Oh, and I've got my thatch machine there. And then I kind of, for not really any reason other than just for the sake of it, I've hidden away in here my this is our Mr. Fister's, I guess it's called Mr. Fister's anti-fog thing, and it's like a massive great big ghost dodo, so I've hidden it in this cupboard because I don't like seeing it, but if you don't have it out all the time it doesn't kill the fog. Hid my Jenny in here. Again, I don't like these guys, kind of freak me out a little bit, so, but they have a purpose. So he's hidden in here, little sort of utility space. This is from my fertilizer store, and then I've stacked up. I don't know if there's a little trick you can do, so you can put in the shelves down there. You can't stack those by themselves, the compost bins usually, but if you put one of those shelves down which you can free place and it floats, then you can stack the compost bins on top of them. So I need to move on because it's too dark. So it doesn't really have a purpose in the little UT space, and I've put a little bathroom in there. I don't think that will stay. It's just useful at the moment for me. So I'm gonna bypass the kitchen at the workshop, and I'll show you that separately, just for time because it is now getting dark. So this is my wall. I've started off this wall. I've got this lower area which I'm not really sure what I'm going to use it for yet. So at the moment it's just kind of my dino dumping ground, and I've got one of the guys gave me was very generous to give me one of the Steampunk trike generators down there, and unfortunately I ended up with a Titan in my base, and one of my bears was for some reason on aggressive, and yeah, long story short, problems. I've got some damage to that. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it because I don't like that spark effect, and it's so huge. I think I'm going to hide it away. So what we're actually going to go and look at really is this tower down in front of you, down in front of me. So I'm just going to take you through and this is, I do a lot of the time, I like walls, I like double walls. I have a little side exit here, which I've kind of hidden away, just for the sake of hiding it away. I'm sure what that texture is in there. Where's that come from? I'll sort that out in a minute. Oh, that's the Fister thing. Okay, so don't worry about that, I'll sort it later. So down here into, and this is the bit, oh wow, rubber band. So this is the bit I showed you in the previous episode, with a wandering snail, a flying snail. He's a newbie. Let's just pick him up quickly, chuck him in there. Yeah, so those guys, and I've got a dog, Hyenodon, 300 Hyenodon, so she's just hanging out in there. So this is my wall, and this is my my tower. So this is kind of, God, I don't know how many different versions of this tower I've built over the years, but that I've been playing Ark, but this is a new one, slightly different. So I've done this thing where usually I have the railings clipping down off of this, so what I would typically do is have the railing go all the way up, and it's like a cage around, it looks like it supports, but this time I actually used some pillars and one of these arches from the CKF mod to give it a support, and they don't actually support in this. Let's just give you a crosshair. So if you look, what you would usually get here and what you should get here is, and this is one of those things again that is just a little bit of an aesthetically different thing, is you'd usually get, I mean that's obviously a snap point because there's a sloped ceiling in there, a sloped wall, sorry, in there, and a sloped wall in there, I will show you how to build one of these in another episode, but just for now I'm just giving you a kind of a little overview. But yeah, so what you usually get is a wall snapping down off this, and this is actually on another snap point, so I had to add in, if you look, that doesn't line up to anything. It's a very small difference, but and if I hadn't explained it to you, you probably wouldn't notice that, but it's just it's one of those things that when you run up on it, you just kind of go, oh, that looks different, I haven't seen that before. And it's not actually supported by these pillars, this arch, half arch thing at all. It just looks like it is. Again, that's my sort of obsession about the things looking supported, but I want to still do it in an aesthetic way. So I'll show you from above again, just so you can get another look at it. I just have to kind of go round to get in there. I'm jumping on my roof here a little bit, and it is getting dark. So that's the overall effect, really. It's got sort of thatch archway, and it looks super cool with the tribute and stuff on top of it, the artifact, sorry, on top of it. And actually, it's quite nice to get it in the dark. Oh, there's a Carno just happens to be running on my base. It's interesting. So we'll just hop over here so I can give you the outside view. He's going to have to die real soon. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. I'm not sure you can see any of that, but yeah. So I'll show you how to actually build one of those in the next episode. Alright, cheers guys. Have a good one.